Thank you all for being here today. My name is Lewis. I'm a freshman from Portland, Oregon, and I got involved with fossil fuel divestment after the People's Climate March. And although it's only my first semester at Swarthmore and my first semester working on fossil fuel divestment, I've already experienced the incredible power that divestment has built all across campus. And I've been able to see how this campaign has evolved into a truly unstoppable force. It's been an amazing semester for this campaign, and our power is only growing. We need to harness that power that we and others in the international movement have built and bring it to bear on our board of managers by demanding that they finally align our investments with our values and promote a just and sustainable future. We need to call on our board to stop betting against the very livelihood of the planet and the future our Swarthmore education is meant to prepare us for.
Hundreds of thousands die each year from the impacts of climate change. Air pollution from burning fossil fuels alone kills 1.4 million people each year. The climate crisis will affect each and every one of us, but our world's most marginalized communities will be hit first and hit hardest. When we extract and burn fossil fuels, low-income communities and communities of color are the first to be burdened with poison and pollution, and when the tides rise and the storm comes, they are the least protected and the last to be evacuated and rebuilt.
So please join us in exiting through the front doors of Parish, where we will pose briefly for photos with our sign, and then we will proceed to march around through Coburg and the LPAC up towards the Science Center and loop back around into Coburg.
We're one! We're Swarthmore students too! We need divestment 3! We will not stop, we have the power! One! We're Swarthmore students too! We need divestment 3! We have the power! Hey, hey, ho, ho! Fossil fuels are back to go! Hey, hey, ho, ho! Fossil fuels are back to go! Hey, hey, what do we want? Now! What do we want? Climate justice! Now!
Morning.
Hi. Thanks for coming out. Great to see you.
Good to see you.
I'm Susan Levine, Chair of Social Responsibility.
Thanks so much for coming out. On behalf of Swarthmore Mountain Justice and the fossil fuel divestment movement, I'd like to present you with the signatures of 806 students, 305 alumni, and 56 faculty members who have called on Swarthmore College to pursue fossil fuel divestment. We hope you will consider these petitions moving forward. Thank you both so much.
Thank you all both for being here this morning and for all the signatures for those that are not here. I will bring these signatures and your voices to the board, and we in fact are considering issues this morning on climate change, and I hope in a relatively short while to be able to report to you some progress that without question is a result of your actions and what we have heard from you on the commitment that you have, that I think we share, to climate change as an issue. And we may have some difference on tactics, but I think we have great agreement on the critical nature of climate change and the need for Swarthmore to be doing more to deal with it. And I take this very seriously and appreciate the passion that you have brought to this and how it has changed, without question, the board's view of this, and more importantly, the actions that we are taking. I hope you also, in the next several weeks, we will arrange to continue the discussions with the investment office, the investment committee, talking about Cambridge's proposal and insights, and continue that dialogue.
And whether there are a lot of, whether there are things that we should reconsider or reassess. I know Laura Rigel, who's off to Peru, I spoke with her yesterday about making sure that we organize this conversation that Gil has mentioned at the next board meeting, which is in February. We'll figure out some way to do that, where there's a group of us who sit down and in a kind of hopefully constructive way discuss some of the thinking that's gone on in the past and then what we're doing in the future. And in the
So the board now has a petition with the majority of the student body in their hands. And as we heard from Gil and Susan, our work has already pushed the board to be moving on this issue. And I think that's a testament to the power that we've built, that the board feels a need to respond. And I think that it sends a very clear message to us to keep doing what we've been doing, to keep organizing, to not let up, to keep moving forward in a powerful and a constructive way. I'm happy that Mr. Kemp and Susan Levine reiterated their commitment to meet with us in the coming months. If I'm just going to speak candidly with you, I think things are looking pretty good. I'm happy. So I hope you all are feeling really good and really powerful about what we did here today.
Each and every one of us is endowed with the privilege and a duty to work towards the betterment of the world around us. Today, we marched because it's time for our school to look to their endowment, to work towards a more just and sustainable future. I'd like to ask Erica to come up and tell us a little bit about why she supports fossil fuel divestment, to give you an idea of what you might write on your orange squares to share with the board today. Thank you.
I managed to go to this really fancy private preschool just because my mom was teaching there. And all the kids during snack time would have these crazy, amazing snacks, like everything I'd ever seen a commercial for, but I never had a snack. I remember I asked my mom one day, how come I don't have Oreos like all the other kids? And my mom steps back for a minute and she's thinking, and she goes, if you go to bed, I promise in the morning, I will show you that I have cookies that are a billion times better than Oreos. And I was like, no way. But I went to bed. I was going to give her the benefit of the doubt. I get up in the morning, I come downstairs, and she's perfectly arranged these little broken squares of ramen all over a cookie tray. And she says, these are noodle cookies. And looking back, I realize how inspired I am by her optimism and creativity in the face of an unforeseeable future. And I think this really applies to us as students, because I think we have this tendency to think that we are on the cusp of accessing this great power, but that we have to wait. And we say, I'll be able to change things one day when I fill in the blank, when I have a job, after I have my PhD, once I know more people, once I have more money. But this isn't true. We are privileged to be here. We are privileged to care about these issues. And we have a duty to do what we can with what we have, where we are. And we are powerful. Thank you. Woo!